From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update.
Hi, this is Hannah Mordeau, and this is your News 8 Daily for Tuesday, January 20th. The Indiana Hoosiers are college football national champions.
A century of futility is forgotten. The Indiana Hoosiers are the kings of college football.
What once seemed unthinkable is now very real. The Hoosiers are the champs. We will take you to the never daunted fans in Miami and in Bloomington and talk to the team after IU makes history, going 16-0 this season and winning the national title. Hoosiers. First, though, the weather. More than 60 school districts are delayed this morning, not because of the game, although maybe a lot of people were up late last night, but really because of the frigid temperatures. Bitter cold this morning, partly cloudy skies later on today. The high is only going to be around 25 degrees. The big headline is really that we're going to briefly be warmer Wednesday, then we're going to be cold again to end the week. So stay safe.
At Arizona State University, we've made online education better, smarter, and more personalized, so you can go further in your aspiring field.
I decided to pursue medicine once I realized that ASU did have the online program for biological sciences. You're still required to learn the same curriculum. You're still being tested on the same content that anyone would be tested on in person. The comprehensiveness of the program prepared me so well for medical school.
Explore over 350 plus programs at asuonline.asu.edu.
Here's the snapback. Beck looks, throws it down the field, and it is intercepted by Indiana. Wow, what a play! And it is Jamari Sharp who comes up with a pick.
He's called plenty of basketball championships, but for the first time in his 53-year career, the great Don Fisher is on the mic for a football national title, and Hoosier Nation is going crazy this morning. The Hoosiers made history, winning the national championship with an undefeated season of 16-0, beating the Miami Hurricanes 27-21. News 8 Sports Director Anthony Calhoun is in Miami as the team basks in the glory of what some are calling the greatest turnaround in college football history.
Guys, thanks a lot. National champions. That's right. Your Indiana Hoosiers. Anthony Calhoun alongside my teammate Andrew Chernoff. And man, I'm still lost for words. I mean, I can't really describe what took place here. My goodness, on Monday night here for the Indiana Hoosiers against the Miami Hurricanes. IU winning their first and only, as of right now that is, national championship title in college football. It's hard to describe. I mean, you see the faces, you saw the family members, you even saw the players we talked to after the game, and they still couldn't really let it set in that they are the national champs.
And it's crazy. And AC, I was even talking to a bunch of fans immediately afterwards, and you could feel the emotion from them. There were multiple IU fans in this stadium last night that were in tears after winning this game, and I think that goes to show you just how much this means to them. I will say this, though, AC. One fan did say, back-to-back next year already. I'm like, let's cool down a little bit, but they are going to be celebrating this one for sure.
You know, you talk about the celebration. I mean, you could just see it here on this football field on Monday night. These guys just thrilled and just so much excitement knowing they finished the year 16-0. No team has done that ever in college football. But not only that, to win it all, to win it in Miami against the Hurricanes on their own backyard turf, if you will.
And there were moments in this game when it felt like the tables were turning towards Miami, but every time IU made a big play, and that starts with head coach Curt Cignetti, who just continues to make the right calls. And that 4th and 5 gutsy call, AC, man, it's going to go down in history.
It will indeed. And so afterwards, no doubt, the Hoosiers, loving life, national champs.
We're 16-0.
16.
National champions at Indiana University, which I know a lot of people thought was never possible. It probably is one of the greatest sports stories of all time. I think we sent a message, first of all, to society that if you keep your nose to the grindstone and work hard and you got the right people, anything's possible.
First national championship in IU history. What a great Cinderella story. What a fantastic season. Cap off such a historic season, especially in Miami.
You know, a lot of players on our team are from Miami, which is what a special season. I mean, Hoosier Nation showed out. I think we basically got a home field advantage in their place. So it's just a great opportunity and just such an amazing thing.
I seen Carson Beck look my way and throw the ball, and I caught the ball and went down immediately because I knew the game was over. You know, that was an amazing feeling. You know, back in my hometown, in front of my family and friends, you know, that was the best. That's actually the best feeling of my life. You know, making the game when they play for my team to win a national championship.
And so you see the celebration there from this team and just so much excitement here, knowing they are the national champions. And now there's going to be a lot of celebrating taking place down in Bloomington. Know they are #1 team. They end the year in the country and finish the year a perfect 16-0.
I don't think Kirkwood Avenue has stopped since last night. I think there's still parties happening as we're speaking, AC.
I think you're right about that. Hey, folks, don't forget, you know the deal with Wish TV. We have been with the Hoosiers all season long, and especially in the postseason. Goes all the way back from the championship game at Lucas Oil Stadium. Of course, we had the Rose Bowl. Boy, that was a lot of fun. The Peach Bowl, and this one right here that all led to this matchup against Miami and the Hoosiers winning it all. We got much more coverage coming your way later this morning here on Daybreak. We're going to, matter of fact, take the press conference live with head coach Coach Cignetti. He's going to speak to the media. That's coming up at 9 o'clock. We'll bring the entire press conference to you in its entirety right here on Wish TV, so make sure you tune in for that coming up later this morning at 9 o'clock. All right, that is it from here. More coverage on the Hoosiers, the national champion Hoosiers, coming up later here on Daybreak.
Of course, Bloomington is erupting with the cream and crimson and a lot of Hoosier fans. A sea of IU fans flooded Kirkwood in Bloomington after the win. IU posted video from the air on social media so you could really see the sea of people and the sea of students. Fans in Bloomington are still wide awake this morning and celebrating the historic win. News 8's Hernan Gutierrez was there throughout the game and for the celebration afterwards, and he is still awake with us on Daybreak this morning. And he starts with what the atmosphere was like.
So things here on Kirkwood really started to kind of settle down just after 2 this morning, and I started to notice some street sweepers pull in. There's still some garbage on the ground, definitely on the sidewalk, but the energy last night, though, was electric. Lots of groups started camping out to get a good spot in the bars starting yesterday morning, if you believe it or not. The sound of fireworks immediately erupted. The fans watching here in Bloomington clearly cheering and excited about that win. Mondays, the game saw a strong start from the Hoosiers with a rocky middle. It was almost as if you could feel people holding their breaths here in Bloomington. I did speak to a few fans clearly excited about the win.
Flipping proud, we're flipping champs. Let's go!
Are you going to sleep tonight?
Hell no! I'm not going to bed. Let's go!
So believe it or not, I did speak to a lot of students, and believe it or not, some of them said they're still trying to go to class this morning. A good chunk of them also told me that forget about that. They weren't going to show up. Again, we're not exactly sure when the Hoosiers will be expected back here in Indiana, but what we do know is that the city of Bloomington and perhaps the whole state will welcome them with a lot of pride. Reporting in Bloomington, I'm Hernan Gutierrez for Wish TV and WishTV.com.
Here in Indianapolis, fans packed bars and other places holding watch parties to cheer on the Hoosiers. News 8's Kat Sandoval checked out the raucous scenes downtown.
This is the most exciting moment for our state, for the school. It's just so exciting. I'll tell you how excited I am. I did not even go to IU. I did not. I live here now, but this is such a grand moment.
It's a sea of red IU alums and Hoosiers who are hooting for their team.
Basketball is our thing, so it's cool for it to be a football school too.
It's history right now. For the first time in decades, we're at this moment, and to be able to share this commonality with complete strangers, you can't compare it.
Reporting in Indianapolis with nothing but roots and cheer, I'm Kat Sandoval with Wish TV, WishTV.com.
Governor Mike Braun was among those in Miami watching the Hoosiers make history. He posted on social media after the win saying, "Congratulations to Indiana football and an unforgettable season, culminating in an incredible national championship win. This team showed grit, discipline, and heart all season, and tonight they delivered for the Hoosiers everywhere. Go Hoosiers! Indiana Senator Jim Banks also released a statement after the win. He says, an incredible win to cap off a season that rewrote the record books. Coach Kurt Cignetti raised the bar and built something special. The entire state of Indiana is proud of this team. What a time to be a Hoosier. Miami is not the only place filled with pride for IU. It was a sold-out crowd at Assembly Hall on Bloomington's campus last night for the watch party. Our crew was there and says fans were on their feet the entire fourth quarter of the game. Fans tell us the energy in the room, the energy, honestly, in Assembly Hall could not be beat.
That's part of it. That's what makes it so awesome is like we went through so many years of just the dark ages, right? And now we're here, number one team in the nation, playing for a national title. Magical is about the only way you can describe it.
It's great. It's like awesome. I get to go to school on Wednesday and just rub it in my friend's face because they said we were going to lose.
Tickets to the free watch party went live last Tuesday night and sold out by Wednesday within hours. And yesterday, people waited in long lines in the cold just to get inside. Some IU fans already have their national champions merch. Fans raced to Dick's Sporting Goods after last night's big win. Some locations opened up right after the game and ended to sell that IU victory merchandise. Fans inside say they could not contain their excitement.
Just grabbed, honestly, I got here early, got as many shirts as I could, called some friends, see if they wanted some shirts, called the wife. Just wanted to make sure we could share in this moment. It's going to be a lot of fun.
We won the Natty. Just think about that. We won the Natty. One coach. Kurt Cignetti, you are a dog. Yeah. I don't know what to say, but dude,
I mean, you have the best quarterback in the nation.
Oh my Heisman, bro.
If you want your own IU victory merch, some Dick's Sporting Goods will open early this morning at 7.
There's no words. There's no words. This is the most special moment of my life, and I know my teammates either. There's no one else I'd rather do it with.
The emotions of Fernando Mendoza after IU's incredible victory were just amazing. The IU quarterback's parents were in Hard Rock Stadium to see two of their sons win that national championship. News 8 sports director Anthony Calhoun spoke to them after the game.
You know what? We did a lot. We didn't do very much. He was really like this. I've always said that he's a hard worker. He won't give up. But IU has been so wonderful, so inclusive. So I mean, there's no words to say. You know.
Yeah, it's some kids are born that way. They're all born a little different, right? And they both have that drive, and our third son too. So it's fun to see. It's very gratifying, and we just, like any parent, just want to be good kids and do what they love.
The Mendoza family will surely remember this moment forever. We'll have a lot more from the Hoosiers' national title win all morning on Daybreak on Wish TV. We do want to get to other news now. The Fishers Police Department says a missing 17-year-old girl is now considered an endangered missing juvenile. Police say Haley Busby was last seen at around 10 p.m. on January 5th. Officers say she ran away from her home in the Enclave at Vermilion neighborhood near 101st Street and Flat Fork Creek Park. If you have seen her, you can see her picture on wishtv.com. If you have seen her, you are asked to call the Fishers Police Department.
Anti-ICE protesters interrupting service at a St. Paul, Minnesota church on Sunday.
Renee Good!
The demonstrators said they were there to protest a top ICE official in the Twin Cities who apparently also serves as a pastor. Within hours, the Justice Department announced an investigation into the protesters. The demonstration, another example of growing tensions in Minnesota, coming as the Pentagon orders roughly 1,500 active duty soldiers to prepare for possible deployment to the state. Meanwhile, a lawyer for the family of Renee Good, who was fatally shot by an ICE agent earlier this month, is pushing for an investigation.
Let's let an investigator get all the facts and ultimately a judge or jury determine.
Sources now say the FBI did initially open a civil rights investigation into the agent who shot Good, but the focus quickly shifted to whether the agent was assaulted, with the probe now focused on the conduct of Good and those around her, including her widow. Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche said the Justice Department only investigates law enforcement shootings when it's appropriate, and, quote, that's not the case here.
Todd Blanche is telling us that he's determining on his own that that was a defensible act without an investigation.
I'm Reed Binion for Wish TV and WishTV.com.
Devour Indy is now underway. You can get special deals on certain restaurants all throughout the city right now. Go to wishtv.com and we have all the information you need to know. From Wish TV. This has been your News 8 Daily from Wish TV. I'm Hannah Mordeau. Watch us on Wish TV and WishTV.com.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update on demand. For even more, on demand and on the go. Connect with Wish TV on Facebook at WishTV.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening. And be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.